All right, keeping in line with what we've done the last couple of weeks, I'm going to give you a top 5 because I think that right now it's list season. We're not deep in the heart of list season, but they're good to have a few. Top 5 favorite traditions in college football. These are my favorite, okay? So everyone says best. No, it's not best. These are just my favorites. And some, I might add, like Ralphie running onto the field, I've never seen with my own 2 eyes. So I cannot count that one as of right now. I don't count it. Why? Because I've never seen it. I have to have experienced these things firsthand for me to completely feel as though it's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A notable omission that I think most people will have a significant gripe about. I don't have dotting of the I as a number 1. Why? I'm not sure, because I've been and done games at Columbus. Super cool. Love doing games at Ohio State. But I always felt like the dotting of the I was a really, really good tradition. And hey, I actually think when they script Ohio, might even be more impressive. The fact that they somehow find a way to not hit each other as they're doing a cursive Ohio, to me, blows my mind. But I digress. Still impressive nonetheless. It is, however, not number 1. Not number 2, not number 3, not number 4, and not number 5. At number 5, Osceola Spear Plant at Florida State. Now, part of what I love about when Osceola runs out and they plant the spear on the back of Renegade to see all the people there in Doak going absolutely bananas, and then whoo, as he drops it down right on the spear for a big game at night, it is awesome. Absolutely awesome. I think you 100% have to take that in and see it to believe it for it to be probably to have as much of an impact on you as a fan of college sports. Number 4, the Iowa Wave. Maybe a little bit of an upset here. Almost had it a little bit higher. I just feel like it's relatively new, but it's certainly probably one of my favorite traditions. How could it not be? It's just such a cool and touching tribute there in Kinnick Stadium to the Children's Hospital that overlooks the field. It just couldn't be cooler. So I love that that has become a new tradition, but one that is revered universally by everybody in college sports. At number 3, Howard's Rock, running down the hill at Clemson. You do it for a night game, it's a really special experience. Why do they have to get on buses and go halfway around the stadium? I don't know. That drives me crazy, but that's a conversation for a different day. I love, though, when they run down the field. I always get nervous, I might add. Every time I do a game at Clemson, I'm always a nervous wreck. I'm like, someone's going to fall, because you go down the hill, it's actually legit steep. And guys are jumping and they're running. I'm like, I would fall and twist an ankle and be out for the game. That scares me to death. But either way, it's a great way to enter the field, and it's a great way to start the game. At number 2, Toomer's Corner. Now, people are going to say, you're an Alabama guy. How can Toomer's Corner be up there? Because to me, that's just a really cool tradition. I mean, it's been going on for 60, 70, 80 years, however long it's been. And to have the trees and the oaks out there, and to know that after a win, everyone and their brother that loves Auburn is going to be out there rolling the trees. Is it wasteful? Completely. But is it fun? Absolutely. I think it's super cool that multiple generations get to do it. And I think it's super cool that that's been the tradition for them for a very long time. That's as nice a thing as I'll say on Auburn, probably ever on this show. And at number 1, and how could it be anything other than this? This is such a no-brainer. And the fact that anybody could ever push back on this being the number 1 tradition in college sports, I think is crazy. Marching in the Army-Navy game. It's America's game. It's still one of the coolest experiences I've ever had, not just as a college football fan, but as a citizen of the United States of America, to go and to see this for myself and to be on the field watching every single member of the Army and the Navy walking onto the field. There have been presidents there that have been there. You've had 4-star generals, you've had admirals. It's the most incredible scene you've ever seen. And to think that they have played now, 120 times, dating all the way back to 1890. Everything about the game is special, and it's just even more special when all the people that love our country, that are love our servicemen and women, to see all the support that they get on the field there that day, to me, is a rivalry unlike any other. So Army Navy by a mile is my number one.